In our therapy session this week, something came up that that's been on my mind that I think is really a great conversation for marriage, for relationships, for team, but specifically marriage. Um, my husband and I were talking, and I made a simple request of him. I asked that he turn his phone on so that we can reach him. And I was countered with deflection. And so just let you know. My phone is always on. I'm always of the mind. I've got a daughter in New York. I've got a teenager and him. And I know that I'm their first phone call. I just want to be there. If there's a call at 2 in the morning, I got my phone on ready to go. I find that oftentimes with him, sometimes I would call and it would go straight to voicemail. We're women. I want my daughters to be able to call him. I want to be able to reach him, and the call gets picked up. All right. So anyway, I was encountered with deflection. What is deflection? I like to say that deflection and defensiveness are fraternal twins. They're first cousins. So oftentimes we are encountered with deflection and defensiveness. So when your partner, for example, brings up a concern, deflection may sound like, you know, oh, they may offer you an excuse why that's not true. Or it's, well, you do the same thing. Why are you putting this on me? That response. Or just immediately countering with some kind of defense rather than actually receiving the request. That is deflection. So I said, can you turn your phone on so we can reach you? And his response was, can you come upstairs instead of texting me? Deflection. He didn't hear the request. He heard an attack. So instead of accepting, he deflected. He found a way to share the blame. All right? So I noticed a pattern here because after the deflection, he says, well, I'm not deflecting. I come downstairs twice a day just to chat with you. And I said, honey, name two things that you come downstairs to chat with me about today or even yesterday. Name two things. And he couldn't because, I'm sorry, he's lying to himself. Not to hurt me, but to avoid hearing me, avoid facing that maybe I'm not as engaged as I think I am. Maybe I need to change. So, why do we do it? This thing, deflection. Because if he admits the truth, I don't come down twice a day, he has to face a real uncomfortable reality. Because if he can believe the lie, he can share the blame with me. He can ask me to do something unreasonable. He can avoid looking at himself. And that's where dysfunction lives. Here's the other piece. Here's where trust comes in. Here's what I need my husband to believe, that when I bring him a concern, it's coming from a good place, that I'm not attacking him. I'm not trying to tear him down, right? I'm offering something that serves us, that serves our marriage, that serves our family, that serves our community. And here's what I want to believe about him. I want to believe that he is always in a rigorous investigation and curiosity about what it is to be honest. That when he brings me a concern, he has my well being in mind, right? And we can both commit to that. Trust that the critiques that we offer each other are coming from a good place, a safe place. And in that place, everything shifts. All right. So, how do we receive concern without deflecting? This is what I came up with. Number one, you got to stop that when your partner brings you a concern, when your first instinct is to defend or or to deflect, you got to pause. Two, you got to trust. Trust that the critique is coming from a place of care, right? That trust that your partner wants the relationship to work. Three, receive it. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to fix it immediately. But what you do have to do is that you got to hear it. All right. That's number three. I say number four is you got to reflect. Instead of, well, you do the same thing. That's not true. You're exaggerating. Try. Let me think about that. Help me to understand what it is that you're experiencing. Let me check and see if there's any truth in what you're saying. How about that? Say, and the test is if you can't name it, in my mind, it's not real. Everything is about specificity. Everything is about naming the thing, naming the moment so that your partner can reflect on that moment, speak to that moment, and be able to use that as an example for change. And this applies in everything, everywhere in marriage. I'm so supportive. All right, so name three things. Name three ways that you've shown support. Um, I always help around the house. All right, name what you did today. Right? I come downstairs to chat with you. All right, so name two conversations. What did we talk about? If you can't name it, you're lying to yourself. That's all I'm saying. So, marriage, relationships, teamwork requires honesty, not just honesty with your partner, but honesty with yourself. You got to deal with the truth. You got to be able to face what that really means, right? So you can enact change. Otherwise, it's futile. It's of no consequence. And trust that when your partner brings you a concern, they're not your enemy. They're your partner.